Hello, guys. A very good morning to you all. Tiago Andrade here. This is the Trading Cage, and this is where we beat the gold. Good morning. As I said before, today's an awesome day. We had uh, gold actually doing a couple really good things yesterday for us. We had some awesome trades last night. On the opening of the Asian market. And here we are now to see exactly what this gold has been up to. So I hope all is well with you. Let's see what this chart has for us. We'll get right onto it because gold's moving in a way I thought it wouldn't. I thought it would go renew record highs, but it feels like it will have to come down a bit more to grab a bit more liquidity. I'm just going to clear these things out, these Fibonacci's out that I left here from yesterday. I'll also just leave that there for a moment. The support, I'll take this one out just to clean the chart a little bit so we can study it and we can map this price to see what the heck gold's doing. A lot of people liquidating their positions. And as we know, the market does move by liquidity. So if it doesn't have enough on the top, it's going to look for it down below. All right, so that's clean enough. Let's go over to our daily chart. Why every day we come over to the daily chart? It's quite simple. We need to make sure that we are mapping the price every single day, okay? A movement that it did yesterday is not going to be the same that what it's doing today. So the best thing for us to do is every day come back to a bigger time frame on the chart and start from bigger time frames to lower time frames. As we are day traders, most of the time we will work in between the time frames of 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So we'll work on those time frames. If you're looking to do longer trades, you would trade on the 1 hour chart. Okay. So as we're looking for our targets, and our targets are around anywhere from 400 to 1500 points per day. Here, that's the way I like to teach my students how to trade. And then with time, we'll get, bigger and larger targets. There's no point of trying to teach people to look for 2, 3, 4,000 points on the gold if they can't not even do small scalps. So we learn how to get our targets, a smaller target, make that profit, put it in your pocket, go live your life. And then with time, as you get experience and screen time, then you can start searching for those larger points. Okay. So yesterday we had mapped these two. I have that relevant stopping point there. I've got the trigger candle 20. That's the region that candle 24 went to test, and it found a very good resistance up there. Since then, price came below, closed below that 50%. And yesterday, last night, it tested up and then it just came all the way down, breaking through that support, which was that trigger candle 22. Now, if price continues on working below this structure here, below candle 24, we can know for sure that price will come to grab this inefficiency here from candle 23, okay? So we've got a lot of selling contracts here in this region, which could accelerate this price a little bit a little bit further. But at the moment, I wouldn't be telling anybody to put targets below that point. Okay, this is a point of support for the moment. I wouldn't tell anybody to put targets below candle 23 just for now. On the macro movement, we are still on an uptrend. Okay, so it hasn't changed the structure. This is the last high. So we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then a higher high. At the moment, it's just above the last higher high. So we can't really say that it has changed the structure just yet. So this is a good thing to keep an eye out for. The other thing that we can map is now we have got these movement here, which is this high and this low. And at the moment, oh sorry, not that one, this one. And at the moment, we are almost at that region of 50% of these pullback. Okay, let's call it a pullback. It hasn't confirmed yet. For it to confirm, it would have to close below the 50% region here, and then we would be looking at targets down lower. But at the moment, this is what the daily chart has for us. We can actually take this out. We are only going to be mapping it if price comes back above 4915. So we can take that one out. I'll select these and select that. So I can delete just that one. Great. This line here, it's a little bit out. Sorry, I like it to be straight. Cool. So that's it. Let's go around to our 1 hour candle. 1 hour chart. So at the moment, we can see here, we are in a downtrend. And on the 1 hour chart, it's about, or it might have confirmed pullback already. Let's see. No, it hasn't. It's on its way to confirm that pullback. Okay, if it closes around this region, it will have confirmed the pullback to come down below. Then price would have to come around the minimums of the candle 74, okay, to renew that price. So we are below the macro movement at the moment, okay, and below the micro movement, also below the 50% of today. So at the moment, we are the sellers in this market, okay? We want to be short in the market. We don't want to be buying at the moment. But there are a couple regions that we need to keep an eye out for, which are, let's map it right here. We have got this support right here, okay, which is the trigger candle 28 on our 1 hour chart. That may be a very good support. We can see that price held in here before, so it could hold in there in that region once again. Not only that, we can see as confluence, we have got also this little trigger candle here that can also hold that price. Okay, so that's in the same region. We also have around here, if we put this line there, you see that everything is a confluence for that area to being a good support for this price at the moment. So leave it there so we know exactly what we're looking for. On the also here, on the 1 hour chart, we can see a region. Sorry, just 1 second. We have got a region of price stability just here. Look at that. Simply because this is a region where price um, has used it as resistance and also as support for the price. So if we get into that region today, um, just pay attention to that. That is a region that where you could find a bit of resistance if that price decides to come back up. All right, after clearing out all the liquidity that it has below candle 76, possibly below candle 74. Okay, price could get around that region as well. It's not impossible. On our 15-minute chart, as we can see, prices speeding through here is just collecting that liquidity that it had in there. This is actually quite a good region to sell here if candle 54 tested up a bit, because it has now confirmed that pullback to the minimals here on the 15 minutes, but we would need a bit of a test up. Without a test, we can't get into that trade. Not testing much. Let's see how it's doing. Testing a little bit now. Come on. Wanted that price to test this resistance here. Okay, so minimals of candle 45. That would be really good if it did that. Just because then it just broke through that support. So it would be good to show us that it has found resistance in that price before we actually got into a sell here. Oh, didn't quite get as far as I wanted it to. If it doesn't test in there, I'm gonna let it go. This price will come down here. I will come below here, okay? It's not gonna test where I wanted it. Simply because of this. Look at that. I've got resistance here, okay? So I wanted it to come and test a little bit higher because you have those two candles there. Also candle 25 in the same region. But now if candle 798 tests candle 796 and comes back down, that tells me that that's resistance there. So I could actually put a sell here below. It's only going to be a small scalp, okay? Until the bottom part of the support. So it's not a lot, but there is a sell in there. Make sure your risk management is in place, okay? You use just enough lots to do what you need to do. Don't put your whole life on a trade. The stop loss is really, really far away. at this stage. Let's see if that's how that's gonna play out. So on the 5 minutes here, we can see the price has tested through. We're still on that pullback. On the 1 minute, has confirmed pullback to the minimals. It has also done what it's supposed to do, which is renew that pullback. Now it has caught my price. So I'm gonna put my take profit in this region here. Let's see if price will come to pay us on that 15 minutes. Once it hits the minimal of candle 27, price should accelerate because you have got stops in that region. And then I'm gonna put my stop loss right here for now. If price comes back, I'll just take it out by hand. Okay, I'm not gonna hold that stop into that region there. Let's see how that goes. Let's see what's happening on the 1 minute here. Come on, it should accelerate now to pay us. If it doesn't, I'm putting it in my pocket. That's 900 points. That's in my pocket. Thank you. That's $1,007. That's in my pocket. And price is going to go test that support. And that is great. Wow. And that's what we call a hard scalp. All right, take. Sweet. Oh, Douglas, you're here. Good to have you here, brother. So let's wait for the next movement. Price may continue on its way down, okay? I just put in my pocket because this is just a short scalp, as I tell you guys every day. Just before the American market, I'll make some small trades. I'll put a little bit of money in my pocket. So when it comes to the American market, I've got that margin that I can play with. There's a lot more volatility on the American market. So I have that to play around with. Okay. Well, apart from this, let's see how market will react around this support region here to the left. It has paid this smaller pullback, okay? So it has paid this one. It should come now, pay the next one. This is original support, and this is the minimal of today. So price can actually break through once. It should have accelerated by now, okay? It just haven't accelerated due to the support here below. So a lot of buyers, a lot of buy orders around this region here. Oh, so you just took your take and you're going. That's all good, Douglas. I'll catch you soon, brother. So we have a lot of buy orders here just below support. So people will try to protect their position, which is below this region here. Okay. Let's see what's happening on our 1 minute. So candle 802 didn't manage to renew that minimal of candle 801. 803 came back up. We can actually have a small Fibonacci here. to that high, and then we can map if price is actually coming down or if it's going to confirm a pullback to the highs. Okay. And now is the boring part of the day trade, which is waiting for the market to move to decide in which direction it will go. At the moment, as I said before, we are below all 50%. So if we are below all 50%, the market is a bear market. If it comes above the 50% of today, we can start looking at other regions. But one thing that you can know for sure is that for the moment, I'm not looking to buy in any region, okay? Simply because candle 161 could be just inducing, sorry, candle 161 could just be inducing buyers to create more liquidity below candle 161 so it can come and stop these guys, even though it's on a region of support. Hey guys, if you have got any questions, just make sure that you type it up on the chat, okay? And also, you guys that just came across this video is not on our live, make sure you leave your like, okay? Also, comment, leave your comments down below. This may help. You may have questions that I could answer on the next live, on the next video. So it could help other people out as well. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and share this with everybody that you know that needs to know about this content. This is pretty good a way of living, as you guys saw before. You can make your money to survive with fairly ease once you know what you're doing. If you do need to learn how to trade, okay, we do offer private mentorships. So we have mentorship workshops, and we have those done on one by one as well. Okay, there we go. That paid the support region, candle 162. Now we want to see if price is actually going to be able to break through these minimals here. All right, it should do, as it has confirmed pullback to the minimals, but this region is a very strong support region. So it might be playing around that area for a little bit of time. Hey Saul, did you get the last take? I hope you're here, brother. Okay, so 3 candle pattern just above support. I'm not really willing to buy at this stage. So let us see what it will do. Okay, market could also consolidate around this bottom region here to generate more stops down below, or it could come back breaking through the 50% of this region that it has created. 50% of this movement here. So let me bring this down. So we have got this 50% and just above that resistance now. Look at that. Sorry, guys. So we've got resistance here below candle 79. Okay, the body of candle 79. We also have resistance below these triggers here, which are 132 and 138. So price could make a pullback around this region and then confirm a pullback to the minimals to try to break that support. Let's just see exactly how price will feel around this region. I'm going to mark it up on the 15 minutes. It's exactly this region here, okay? They were trying to see how price will react to it. All right. There we go. It just reached the region we wanted it to do. Let's see how it will move now. It did grab, price grabbed the liquidity from down candle 79. Okay. It may have been enough for it to move right back. But if we look at bigger time frames, higher time frames, um, we will see that there's quite a lot of offers here. Okay. There's a lot of liquidity down below. So price should come, in theory, it could come down to grab these ones as well. Since we are around this region, okay, so we are really close to it, you might want to come and grab that one as well, okay? There's a lot of inefficiency here on candle 24 of the 1 hour. And on our daily chart, there's a lot of inefficiency here on candle 23. So that's what we're looking at that moment. Okay, so hasn't been able to break through resistance just yet. Let's see how it continues to play out. On the 15-minute chart, we can see that the price made a three candle pattern here. But the only bad thing about these three candle pattern is that candle 54 did not close above the resistance. So even though candle 55 tested down, and most likely it will continue on its way up, if it managed to break through that resistance, we can't really buy, okay? So if candle 54 had closed around the 50% here of candle 53, and candle 55 had tested down, we could get into a long trade until the trigger candle, region of the trigger candle 50 here, okay? Which would have paid us some very good points indeed. It's about 2,000 points in there. But there's nothing we can do simply because candle 54 did not break through resistance. It's a lot better to be patient in the market, okay? Instead of just be clicking, oh, price will go, and then you get into that trade, you don't have anywhere to hide your stop, and then price can hit those regions of resistance and simply come back onto your entry point and possibly coming and getting your stop loss, which is not a great way to start your day on a day trade. You're going to be very, very sentimental if you do the wrong thing and if you're not patient enough to wait for the market to move before you put in your order. We did get into a very good trade just before, so we're happy about that one. Price right now, it's just below the 50%, the 50% region of this last movement. Let's see if it will break through. All right. So right now, candle 163 is breaking through that 50% region. We did not manage to get onto that tricky candle pattern on the 15 minutes because candle 54 did not break through resistance. Let's see how candle 163 will close. Only issue now is that your stop loss is in a very far away position, which makes it quite difficult to get into this trade. Let's see how far candle 164 will test. Not going to test enough. No, it's not going to test enough. Now, these next target for this price is the trigger candle 50 here on the 15 minutes, okay? So we have that region of resistance for the price. I'm just going to put a line in there so we know what we're looking at. This is the region that of next target for this price. Candle 164 did not test enough for us to get into that trade, and it did not make a pullback, so we could hide our stop loss. Okay. What we wanted it to do, I'm just going to show you on the 1 minute here. We wanted to test around this trigger candle they created before, which candle 817 is doing now, which is exactly that. We wanted a good test in that region before it moved up, simply because it would be testing the support here. Once it tests that support and finds support, then we can put a buy order, because then we would know that candle 164 wouldn't do exactly what it's doing at the moment, which is feels like a rejection by the sellers. Okay, so people start shorting the position there. Now we do have support here, which is the resistance that we just broke through. So that could also hold the price, but then we have a very big push from sellers on the 5 minutes, and then we have support from buyers trying to protect their position in there. I hope you guys understand the concept of candles testing before we get into trades, is to avoid these sort of things. Imagine if we had hit a buy now button here and then had taken this trade, and all of a sudden you see this trade coming back down to test simply because it did not test before. That's not a very good feeling, depending on the amount of lots you have on your trade, okay? So you could be freaking out a little bit, simply because you didn't wait for that candle to test. Now, nothing for us to do at the moment. It has made a pullback and confirmed the pullback to the highs, okay? So it has broken through these 50% here. Now candle 819 does need to test that trigger candle 817, which is the trigger candle it created. I'm not so happy about getting to trade in there at the moment, simply because we got quite a big push from sellers just before. So we do know that there is resistance just up above. And we have done a very awesome take down below today, this morning, together with you guys. So that's not much need for me to be putting money at risk. at this moment, but it has confirmed a pullback to the high. So candle 819 or candle 820 does need to renew and candles 816's high. All right, so it does need to do that. Had candle 164 tested before it moved up, we would be in this trade right now. But at the moment, it's not quite worth it for me. But we do expect this price to come around this trigger candle here on the 15-minute chart, okay? So we do wait, we are waiting for this price around this region here. Let's see how the 1-minute chart shows us exactly what it wants to do. Candle 820 hasn't managed to break through trigger candle 817. So we're still good on that movement up. Candle 165 just opened. Candle 164 closed above candle 163. So candle 165 does need to test again that region of 50% on the 1 minute. But we might start to see a reversal of the price if it can't continue on its way up, okay? Sellers are absorbing all these contracts from buyers in that region. Price tested pretty much trigger candle 136 and was held by that price. Trigger candle 136 isn't that strong, okay, in my point of view. But it seems like that's a good point of resistance for the sellers at the moment. Let's see how the 15-minute candle 55 will close. At the moment, we are above 50% of this movement right here. Okay, we are above support. Candle 165 has tested down, so it did its job, what it's supposed to do. Now we need to see price breaking through that candle 819 for it to show us that it will continue on its way up. So price just failed that pullback. Okay. Why did the pullback fail? Because it confirmed pullback on candle 818. And then candle 820 brings the price down below the 50% region, breaking through trigger candle 817. So the next point, next target for this price should be the minimal of candle 817. But that's a failed pullback on the 1 minute, not on the 5 or 15-minute chart, okay? That's only on the 1 minute. It's good to know these reading through because then you can anticipate movements of the chart. We know where price should go. If this was just an intention of creating more liquidity up above, so you induce sellers to sell because you think that price will come back and then creates more liquidity on the top here to be stopped by the buyers when price comes back. 823 hit the minimal of candle 819, so did not confirm again that pullback. At the moment, that's still a resistance for the price, so nothing to do. Luciano, good morning. Yes, Fernando Silva. I think that's Fernando. Yes, that black dot is the 50% of each candle, okay? So it marks up 50% of all the candles. So we know roughly where price tested and where price closed on the candle. So candle 825 has the obligation now of closing below, I mean, at least price getting below candle 817. It has failed the pullback on the 1 minute. Price coming back below that support. Once again, price may come back to this region of support below to try to break through and clear all the inefficiency that we have on the daily chart here, okay? As we said before, we are below the 50% macro, we are below 50% of the day, and right now we are below the 50% of the movement. Now it closed exactly on the support, just below by a little bit. So not enough for us to say that this price here will melt, okay? And now, if this price can't break through that high, it will have to come through and clear this inefficiency here generated on candle 162, okay? So come and clear that out. Possibly until the trigger candle 161, or it may continue, okay, if it can't beat these high. Candle 825 did what it's supposed to do. It failed the pullback, renewed candle 817's minimal. Now it has confirmed pullback to the highs, okay? So it's got to come and renew that high once again. Let's see how that will go. Hasn't stopped candle 819 yet, so it hasn't accelerated, but there is liquidity here above. It could accelerate and go at once. The way the candle 155 closed, it showed there's a very big pressure here from sellers, but then you got a very big pressure on the support by the buyers trying to bring the price back above that 50%. Here at 1 minute, price is still feeling that resistance. Candle 828 hasn't been able to break through candle 827 yet. Just renewed it, but it's getting a bit of resistance in that region. We may have a channel around this region here. Let me just have a look at it. We may have a sell here as well. Price comes back and closes below candle 165. Only issue here is that the stop will be too high. Stop will be very, very high. We're talking 2,000 points. Candle 829 tested the trigger candle 825, found support. It's quite funny how we say that we're looking to short the market, but then if it designs a buy, shows a buy, we'll always take that buy. And that's the good thing about being a trader. We just do what the chart shows us to do. If it shows us a buy, we'll buy. If it shows us a sell, we'll sell. No issues asked. Four seconds to go. Candle 830 did close inside of trigger candle 827. Let's see, field test down with a small test. So it's finding resistance just above. Don't want to be buying that region since candle 166 did not close above candle 165's high. So it didn't show us that it has a very strong movement from the buyers simply because it did not break through the other candle's high. So it's better to wait a little bit more and then we can get a better movement. So there we go. Push from sellers at the moment. We have support below from Chiga candle 825 at the moment. Candle 832 closed as a doji. So a little bit of indecision in the market. Let's see who's gonna win this fight, okay? I'm not gonna get into a trade in this region simply because price is finding really difficult to break through that resistance right above. We are in a downtrend at the moment, so we could see this price actually coming down as well, even though we are above 50% of the movement. Candle 833 closed on its 50% region as well. Candle 834 coming down now. Let's see, getting a little bit of pressure from buyers in there. We are still in the region of that 50% of that movement on the 1 minute. Just touched that trigger candle 825. Let's see if buyers push that price back up. But it feels like it's trying to clear that inefficiency left on candle 166. Okay, price got pushed back up on the 50% on the 1 minute chart. Tested up, now trying to break through that 50% once again. If it does find that support and doesn't break through that support, price will have to go up. At the moment, that trigger candle 825 is holding through that support really well. Now price is generating quite a bit of liquidity up the top there, as well as people are selling, trying to push this price down. Once again, on the 1 minute, price is coming down to clear that inefficiency there on candle 826. Candle 168 did not test up, okay, but it did find a lot of resistance in that region. So let's see. 4 minutes to finish our live. I'm gonna give you guys a the preview I give you every day of what may happen and where are our targets. So at the moment here, we have the structure on the 5 minutes. So this is showing us a downtrend to the minimals, okay? This pullback here hasn't been confirmed yet, which is the last movement. We've got to wait for that pullback to be confirmed. It will only be confirmed if price comes back below this 50% here, okay? And then you would be looking to short the market. But be careful with the support zone here, okay? Because price may reach it and then simply come back up. There is another thing. Since price hasn't been able to break through and continue on its way up, now if price comes back down, it would actually have to break through the support here because it needs the liquidity below generated below candle 162. Price did come and collect the liquidity below candle 125, 133, and 139, but then it wasn't just enough. It had to come back down, clear the liquidity from below candle 79. It tried to come back up. Okay, it stayed above 50%, and still, for the moment, it hasn't been enough for it to continue on its way up and change the structure. So if we see these price confirming pullback to the minimals, you could be almost 100% sure that price will most likely be coming back to get that liquidity down candle 162 and possibly this one below candle 149. Price may wait until the opening of the American market to try to test the support once again, okay? It may also just come clear these out and then continue on its way up. But since price has come this far down, I do believe, okay, I do believe that it could continue to come down to clear um, these other inefficiency down below. There we go. Big push from sellers down to the 50% zone. Now, to go long, okay, looking to go long, if price gets in here and breaks through this structure here on the 5 minutes, okay, so we got this region of resistance right here, which is also that region of price stability that we spoke about in the beginning of our live. If price breaks through here, does a good test around this region to test the support once again, most likely we will see this price coming through to break this region here. Okay, so you could put a buy just about 50% of the day here. Once it breaks through all these trigger candles, I'll put a line here as well, so you know what I'm talking about. This is the 50% of the day. Okay, price breaks through there, does a test, we can know for sure that price is coming through to grab this liquidity that's up here, and most likely will come back to the maximum of today, to the highest price of today. Okay, so this is pretty much the price mapped. We don't want to be buying in this region where price is right now. Okay, we prefer to sell. We do have support below. Wait for it to break that support, and you see this price actually coming down quite quick. Okay, it might not give you the entry point that you would desire, but you see it coming down quite quickly. Buys, I would just buy above these structure here. You want to see first on the 1 minute it breaking the structure to show you that you have a high trend line. Okay, so to show you that you're on a high trend on the 1 minute, and then you could get into a buy just after it breaks through that structure. Until it breaks through that, price could come here, not break through, and once again come down um, to grab more contracts down below. There we go. Candle 169 did what we thought it would do, but it did it all at once, so it did not allow us to do anything. It's reaching support now, right now. If it breaks through support, next candle tests up, you could be getting a good sell point. Now it is 10 o'clock. I've got to go look after our other students. Okay, so we do have a Zoom room where we trade together with our students. Okay, and we trade the opening of the American market with them as well. So guys, thank you very much for sticking around today. Um, this is the trading cage where we beat the gold. Do not forget to leave your like, your comment, subscribe to our channel, and also share this with your friends so we can continue to do this work, which we started only 30 days ago, and we already got over 400 members. So thank you very much for your support, and I hope that you're enjoying this and that you're also learning on how to read the markets and interpret what these candles are talking to us and saying to us every single day. Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow on our live at 9 o'clock. If you have any questions about our strategies and how we do these reading, don't forget to get in touch with me, okay? I will leave my phone number on the chat in here, so you can get in touch with me, my Brazilian number. And I will also leave my Instagram so you guys can follow through there and ask me questions in there as well. So I've got that Instagram there, which is the Trading Cage one, and I have my private Instagram that I will leave with you guys as well. Jaguar the Trader Instagram. So if you have any questions about our technique and also about our mentorships, feel free to ask, okay? Follow me through on those medias as well on Instagram. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon. God bless you.